It is only the second ball of the Indian run chase. Virat Kohli, the world's most prolific batsman of this era, is facing his first ball of the match. The delivery is angling away from the right-hander at a breezy pace of 127 clicks, pitches at a good length and is leaving Kohli. In a setup that cricket fans would identify as typical, Kohli tries to drive the ball far away from his body, producing a faint edge. The keeper does the rest and the bowler is celebrating. Saurabh Netravalkar, a principal software engineer at Oracle, has just cleaned up the world's best batsman for a golden duck, and that too in a World Cup game. Even though India managed to secure a win eventually, it wasn't before Netravalkar stepped up once more to dismiss the Indian captain Rohit Sharma. Two megastars of world cricket out within 2 overs. Everyone took notice. The teams, fans, media, cricket pundits all over the world. Saurabh Netravalkar quickly trended on social media, even sparking a meme fest and garnering some amount of hatred from a certain section of passionate Indian fans. All this within just hours of this brilliant display of medium-pace bowling. Just a few days before this, he had held his nerve in a crucial super over against Pakistan and almost single-handedly got Team USA over the line, prompting coach Stuart Law to nickname him Iceman. Life had come full circle for a man who was born and brought up in Maharashtra, who had once represented India in under-19 cricket and who once shared the dressing room and continues to share a friendship with T20 giant Suryakumar Yadav. This is the fascinating story of Saurabh Netravalkar. At the same time, it is also a story of every one of us who is looking for a second chance in life. A story of hope, of restarts, and of redemption. The year was 2015. Saurabh Netravalkar was at a crossroads and on the brink of taking a life-altering step. He was thinking of giving up professional cricket completely. He had already fought very hard to progress his cricketing career and even made sacrifices on the way. Time was running out for him, and somewhere he knew that he had had enough. A few years earlier, Netravalkar had to miss the semester exams of his computer engineering degree to participate in the 2010 edition of the ICC Under-19 World Cup. He surely was dreaming big and was ready to prove his worth at the first big opportunity that he got. His sacrifice and hard work did not go in vain. Right through the tournament, he delivered rich performances with the ball and ended the tournament as India's leading wicket taker, capturing 9 wickets in 6 matches with an average of just over 17. But even with all this fine form, Netravalkar's cricketing career kind of took a halt. He continued giving impressive performances here and there, but still he had to wait for 3 more years before his Ranji Trophy debut for Mumbai. And even then, he would often sit out of the playing 11 to make way for fast bowling stalwarts like Zaheer Khan, Ajit Agarkar and Dhaval Kulkarni. This in and out of the team pattern continued for some time. Understandably, it would have been frustrating for the young man. The frustration would have been amplified by the fact that he had to quit his day job as a software testing engineer in Pune in order to pursue his cricket ambitions. A 23-year-old Netravalkar knew that perhaps cricket for him is not quite going according to plan. As passionate as he was for cricket, the engineer in him would have lent some calculated advice. That of taking a hard call. He was heartbroken at one dream not flying off, but was also hopeful of starting over with another. A curious pursuit on the side, which blended his love for cricket and his knack for coding, led him to develop a player analysis app called Crick Decode. The app was designed to measure the performance of grassroots players and highlight their strengths and weaknesses. The concept of this app seems to stem from a genuine love for the sport, and as fate would have it, it was this app that played a key role in securing him a scholarship from Cornell University in New York. In 2015, Netravalkar moved to America. 1 year later, after completing his master's degree in computer science, he got an offer of a job from Oracle. Moving on is something that doesn't come easy in sport. You need a lot of character for it. Netravalkar had smartly navigated that limbo that had come after the decline of his cricketing career in India by making a bold pivot and building upon the skills he possessed in IT engineering. The once promising cricketer was now making strides as a postgraduate engineer with a high-paying job at a top organization. Netravalkar's comments from a recent interview offers us a glimpse into the clarity he had when he made that switch in his life. Talking about that time, he said, "Cricket was over for me. I had no hope or expectation left to play again." But as we know now, destiny had something else planned for him. During his time at Cornell, Netravalkar would notice students playing cricket. He too joined a club to participate in inter-college tournaments. After all, he wouldn't completely let go of the sport, would he? Even if it was no more than an extracurricular activity for his college days. Later, when his stint with Oracle began in 2016, Netravalkar began playing club cricket in San Francisco. They had weekend tournaments, he would say. "I would work for 5 days and play on Saturday and Sunday. Cricket was not that heavy for the first 3 years because I was mostly playing local cricket. It was just the pure joy of playing the game that made him travel for miles on several weekends. On Friday evenings, he would drive for 6 hours to Los Angeles to play a match for Vijayata CC in the Southern California Cricket Association on Saturdays. Then he would drive back to play a match in San Francisco on Sunday. When asked about why he would do that, he said, "San Francisco still doesn't have proper pitches. They play on an artificial pitch that's more like a synthetic mat. But they had soil pitches in a park in Los Angeles. It's like the Maidans in Mumbai." It was around this time that Netravalkar first found out that America had a national cricket team and that 3 or 4 players from the national cricket team in fact played for the same club at Los Angeles. Being a part of this club also gave him opportunities to play for club tournaments, many of which were organized in Florida. In such tournaments, he even got a chance to play with some of the members of the West Indies cricket team. Netravalkar was a happy man. He was able to enjoy his favorite sport even in a far-off country where cricket wasn't even popular. The club and these tournaments did give him a platform, but he did not yet dream about playing for the USA national team. The reason? He was living in that country first on a student visa and then on a work visa. In his own words, there was no question of playing for the team. The International Cricket Council, or ICC, which governs the sport across the world, also had a rule that required Netravalkar to have lived in the US for 7 years and be a permanent resident. However, the ICC around that time was keen on expanding and popularizing the sport to more countries. This would have required more countries to not only participate in international cricket tournaments, but also play competitive cricket against major cricketing teams in order for the matches to not become one-sided and consequently for the sport to not become boring. This meant that the ICC would have had to allow good cricketing talent to rise through the ranks, be identified and be selected for their respective countries. Any good talent can only be identified when there are no rules prohibiting them from playing at any level. In an almost miraculous coincidence for Netravalkar, the rule that stopped him from playing for the US was changed by ICC in 2018, and soon after, he was picked for the US cricket team for the 2017-18 Regional Super 50 tournament. He finally made his debut for the national cricket team against Leeward Islands and picked up 2 wickets. In August 2018, he joined the squad for the ICC World 2020 Americas qualifier, and in October 2018, he was named captain for the Regional Super 50 and ICC World Cricket League Division 3. Next year, he captained the US in their first T20 international series against UAE and also made his ODI debut. By May 2022, Netravalkar was already the USA's highest wicket taker in white ball cricket. When Major League Cricket was founded in 2023, Netravalkar was drafted 23rd overall, landing in the 4th round to the Washington Freedom squad. Saurabh Netravalkar's rise as a member of the USA national cricket team has gone hand in hand with the rise of the team itself in international cricket. In simple sporting terms, the USA is what one might consider an underdog team. That is because the USA is an associate member of the International Cricket Council. An associate member is a country or a geographical area where cricket is well established and organized, but which doesn't qualify for full membership. Netravalkar and his performances have played a key role in his team going from strength to strength. He says, in the last 2 to 3 years, the team has been really coming up the ranks. gaining one-day international status. He says that even the standard of local cricket has gone up there. For USA cricket, this progression has come with its fair share of challenges. Many think it's easier to play for obscure teams that are considered underdogs, but the struggle is even harder there. Playing for associate countries is difficult because they lack basic infrastructure, Netravalkar explains. Cricket is not a solid career path in the USA just yet. Like him, all the other players in the US team also have full-time jobs and juggle family responsibilities. Since they do not have well-established outdoor facilities, they practice indoors from 7 to 9 p.m. Additionally, in a country of that size, distance adds to the struggle of bringing players from different corners to play together. So the team usually meets 10 days before a tournament to practice. With the game gaining slow but steady popularity, Netravalkar and other players are having to spend more time in a calendar year towards cricket. When asked about how he manages his increasingly busy cricket schedule while having a full-time job, he replies, "It can be hard to manage, but with the support of my teammates and the coaching staff here, it has worked. I also try my best to be flexible on and off the pitch." And like a true corporate genius, Netravalkar also imparted a lesson in time management, as he detailed out how he juggles his work during tournaments. "I have taken time off for this World Cup, so I have not worked. But for other tournaments, I usually work on training days, and then on match days, I take the day off. I put my extra work and get my tasks done before going on a tour. That way, it helps everyone." When Saurabh Netravalkar speaks, his words reflect someone who has matured the hard way in his life. Rejections, despite all the hard work and merit, are nothing new in sports. The more competitive that it gets, the more heartbreaks it causes. But it also produces some gems who toil under the surface for years without being noticed, perhaps only to be discovered in the most unpredictable ways. Today, Netravalkar looks ahead with anticipation and excitement for what is to come for US cricket. Years later, if and when the USA becomes a cricket superpower, Netravalkar would be looked at as one of the early architects. His exploits against India and Pakistan have put USA cricket on the map, even waking up their own citizens to the realization that their country does have a national cricket team and that they indeed are organizing the World Cup this year. We even saw a clip of the Super Over being played in Times Square. That was really special, as it can intrigue people and get them to look up what is happening. Even if only a few then try to pick up a bat or a ball, that is a big win for us. 4 or 5 years down the line, maybe that is a few more players for the team. There are many takeaways from his story, but one thing stood out for me: how he did not give up on cricket despite very decidedly giving up on his dream. He might have made peace with the possibility of never playing competitive cricket ever again when he moved to the US, but he carried cricket with him. He just wanted to play the game for the love of it. And that is the reason why his story truly inspires. Yes, he is a poster boy for all the LinkedIn profiles who gave up a more fun career option for something less fancy but more stable. Yes, he is a homeboy who makes Mumbai and India proud. But above all that, he is a testament to what truly enjoying something means. That if you do have hobbies, and if you're lucky enough to be passionate about one of them, well, you never know.